In 2025, this collaboration may fly under the radar thanks to so many pairs that capture people's attention. However, I think the staple Brooks Adrenaline GTS 4 is a reintroduction to the lifestyle space in the most fluid way possible. It's a reintroduction because the Heritage line was introduced in 2014, focusing on lifestyle. However, the brand discontinued this in 2017 and focused solely on performance. Now, in partnering with Jeff Staple, they're able to take a beloved model from 2002 in the Adrenaline GTS 4 and give it the staple touch, because we all know this iconic colorway. As you saw, the box is bold in its own way with the recognizable pigeon pink. You have a fun integration of Brooks and the staple pigeon on the interior of the box lid, as well as paper that will feature staple and Brooks with the pigeon logo. This pair will come with an additional set of pigeon pink laces. Now myself, I didn't throw them in for this video. My apologies. I knew I wanted to wear this shoe immediately and I would stick with black. You may not know, the GTS stands for go-to shoe, as this model is seen as your go-to, whether it be for running and now for everyday lifestyle wear. In Staples' opinion, a go-to shoe is that sneaker you can wear anywhere without overthinking. This retro runner is being reframed beyond the dedicated runner. You have a mesh base in light gray with black overlays on top of those cream. These overlays are a synthetic leather and the black being a synthetic suede. You have gradient accents woven into the quarter panels themselves with various hits of pigeon pink, whether it be the GTS logo, the Brooks logo, or the back heel and outsole. I found this to be extremely interesting. The tech in the Adrenaline GTS 4 is HydroFlow gel, and they kept it in 2025. Now, I couldn't really get it the best or capture it really well, so let's just go to Weartesters' video.
In the rear of this shoe is actually the HydroFlow technology, which means that there is liquid in the back. I don't know if they're going to be able to hear this. Can you hear that?
I can hear.
The tongue has a ribbon tape that reads Staple, the pigeon logo, and Brooks. Moving up the tongue, you have the staple pigeon itself with Adrenaline GTS beneath it. A retro runner in a neutral colorway with a head-turning pop in this current market means this collaboration doesn't feel out of place. It also doesn't stray too far from the Brooks' DNA that loyal customers or consumers have come to know and love. You have a rugged outsole with a mixture of both black and pigeon pink, and poking through you can see some of the HydroFlow technology that was actually introduced in 1989. Its purpose was to adapt to each runner's weight and gait. For the insole, it is completely pigeon pink with that same fun Brooks and staple stacked together. Now remember, this is known as a go-to runner, and any great runner may feature 3M on the upper for visibility when running at night. All too often, I forget to display the 3M feature during reviews, so thankfully I didn't forget this time. The entire back HydroFlow cutout is 3M, as well as the gradient accents on the upper. Now, let's talk comfort and sizing. Comfort-wise, this sneaker, it's up there. I'm going to give you a comparison side by side in a little while just to show you how comfortable it is. But for sizing, I got lucky that this pair gifted was actually larger than what would be my true size, which is usually a women's 7.5, although that varies these days. And if you look at the reviews on Brooks' website, so many people say they love this collaboration, they love the colorway, they love the sneaker, but they wish they had gone up a half size or more. This is larger than my true size, so I would recommend going a half size up in this specific pair. I adore this combination of the staple Brooks Adrenaline GTS 4 with the gray and cream socks. Truthfully, I would love to go back and buy more of these socks. On foot, this is everything I could have hoped for it and giving me the same comfort I have in my Brooks Performance pairs. Granted, this is still a true running sneaker at heart, so it hasn't lost that. And that's right, you see it, this paired side by side with the Nike Zoom Vomero 5. These feel almost identical on foot for me. Let me preference that for me. The difference is you sink in a little less for the GTS 4. I think it provides a little more support underfoot, but I would have zero hesitation reaching for the GTS 4 the same as the Vomero 5. The first fit features Be the Roses Atlanta Dream t-shirt. Shout out to them being ranked second right now in the WNBA standings, paired with minimal everyday black nylon pants from years ago. And I'm super biased towards the Dream because it's Go Blue for Naz Hillman, aka my 6th player of the year. Now, the second fit is quite the opposite of the first. Switch out the nylon pants for herringbone wide leg slacks, the graphic oversized tee for a cropped lace black tank, and a new Banana Republic cardigan I picked up recently on sale. Yes, this is an intentional play on the gray, black, and cream in the sneaker. And finally, I call this layers with airflow because I have a layer on top with plenty of airflow thanks to my denim. Yes, I get it. It's super distressed denim. The thighs and the knees are out. We get it. A long sleeve fitted gray top with the Columbia puffer vest and my Brooks tote bag to top it all off for this final look. Please share your thoughts below on the staple Brooks Adrenaline GTS 4 in the comments section, as well as which fit was your favorite, and were you a fan of this pair when you first saw them release March of this year in 2025? Has it grown on you, or is this actually your first time even hearing that Jeff Staple collaborated with Brooks on a brand new release? Now, we know far too often if you think of Jeff Staple, you think of his work with Nike, and that is valid. I think icon is thrown around too often, or iconic when it comes to certain sneakers and colorways, but I think it's safe to say that when it comes to the pigeon dunk. So in a recent post of his on Instagram, he actually said from one bird came a whole flock. So he's referencing the 4 iconic pairs that we know in relation to him when his time with Nike. So 2005, the OG pigeon dunk, he said the spark that started it all. 2007, What the Dunk, the SB Chaos Theory. 2017, Black Pigeon, the comeback. And then finally 2019, Panda Pigeon, the love letter to my peoples. And he said each one tells a different chapter of the same story. And I would agree. I also think it's really nice to see this new refreshing chapter with Brooks. And in a recent video, I actually touched on some of his comments around sneaker culture right now in terms of collaborations and the fact that, you know, it can feel watered down when we just see them popping out time and time again, like every few business days, and let the culture breathe some. But I stated then I don't think that has to mean we don't see collaborations, because they can be refreshing. They can be something we don't see on an everyday basis. And I think this specific pair does that. So again, comment your thoughts below. I love the fact that we are seeing all brands, okay? Listen, reach into your archives, pull out something that really fits the moment. It is offering value, just I think at least based on the comfort, the wearability of it, how fun of a pair it is with just those pops, right, of the pink. And then also when you look at just the comfort that comes with it, because I gave you guys the side-by-side of both this pair and the Nike Zoom Vomero 5. I was shook. I didn't expect the comparison to be so close, which means, hey, it's going to fall right in line with the pairs that I'm really enjoying wearing right now. And then also in a more recent post, he said, you know, hey, when Complex asked for my sneaker of the year so far, I chose 2 that have really stood out to me this year, the Nike Ava Rover and the Adidas Evo SL, both in line, both built for everyone. He said, inline product is the foundation of sneaker culture. Collab should add to that foundation, not try to be the foundation itself, meaning you really do want brands to have a lot of attention on what they are known for, their DNA, not just what they're always bringing in from the outside. You got to be able to stand on your own, or have something that if it does pop, it continues to bring in the tried and true people that support it, but then also new individuals. And so I am beyond grateful and really happy to have this in the collection. And again, wasn't one of my 6 pickups. I am still trying to decide on what those will be, but I am beyond grateful to people that just, you know, show up time and time again for you. Doesn't matter if it's in a big way, in a small way. They understand you. They're a listening ear. You can bounce ideas off of each other, right? Like, that's what matters the most. It's not about the shoes themselves. It's truly about, I think, connecting with individuals. And, you know, I said, you guys will hear more about in an upcoming video. You know, in 2025, I have learned new things about myself, about the sneakers that I'm interested in, and I've shared that. And again, it's made me realize, I guess, some things. So there may be some changes or some shifts just in terms of what's shared here on the channel, and maybe what is left for other platforms. Just again, as I'm navigating this all, just as a creative, but then, you know, just understanding the feedback that that honestly just comes with it. So please again share your thoughts, and if you didn't catch my recent video in relation to what part does storytelling play in sneakers in 2025, is it too much, is it just enough? I really appreciate you tuning into this video. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.